Vietnam's capital city, Hanoi, is not only well known for its historical sites or the infamous train street, but also for its mouth-watering street food or street soup scene and cute coffee bars, which I certainly enjoyed during the past few days. But as always, when I start to feel too comfortable in a city, it's time to move on to the next one, which is Singapore, once again. So let's fly there on board Singapore Airlines Airbus A350-900. Fancy joining me? Welcome to Fly with Dominic. Hey folks, and beautiful good morning from Hanoi Airport. Believe it or not, but today is the day, as I'll be flying the very first time on board one of the best airlines on this planet. Singapore Airlines. Well, at least this is what everyone's saying, but is that really true? So come along and explore Singapore Airlines flagship, their Airbus A350-900, together with me on today's flight from Hanoi to Singapore. Cheers! Believe it or not, but Hanoi Airport is only the second largest airport in Vietnam behind Ho Chi Minh City, although Hanoi is the capital city. The only way to get to the city center by public transport is a rather expensive express bus, which is leaving from the ground level. As of October 2022, a ride costs roughly 45,000 Vietnamese dong, but the fare increases literally every month as Vietnam is currently facing massive inflation. But anyway, Hanoi Airport is divided into two terminals. One domestic terminal and one international terminal, which we are about to enter now. And I got to say that I quite like the huge light-flooded check-in hall. You can find several bistros and restaurants, as well as souvenir shops landside, and there is also an information counter with super friendly and kind employees. Why can I say that? Well, I had the pleasure to chat with them when I arrived here from Bangkok just a few days ago. But anyway, today I'll be on board Singapore Airlines flight SQ191 to Singapore, leaving at 12:45 p.m. and the check-in is located at counters D1 to D8. Alright, the check-in is all set. I was actually probably one of the last passengers as always, because well, I was stuck in traffic with the bus taking me here to the airport. However, staff was really nice, really kind. So had a perfect check-in experience, and I also got a beautiful seat right next to the window. Should be 65K if I remember correctly. However, I already pre-selected this seat, which you can do for free from 48 hours before your flight is leaving, I guess, so when the normal online check-in opens. But anyway, let's head right through the security control and also the immigration control in order to get to today's gate. Well, both immigration and security control was a pretty straightforward process. I made it through there within like, I guess, 5, 6, 7 minutes, so not too bad. You can see it somewhere there behind me, in the back by the way, but anyway. My flight should be leaving from gate 31, I guess, so let's head there as the boarding process has also already started. Alright, I finally made it to today's gate 31, which you can maybe see somewhere there right behind me. Anyway, the boarding is almost already finished, which is kind of strange because the gate is closing in 20 minutes and the boarding process should have started 7 minutes ago, so they probably started a little earlier today. But anyway, I got a beautiful view on today's Airbus A350-900 from here, which is just a beautiful aircraft. But I guess you're wondering with which Airbus A350 I'm flying exactly today. So let me tell you. Today's Airbus A350-900 was produced in Toulouse and delivered directly to Singapore Airlines back in June 2019 as 9er Victor Sierra Hotel Hotel. It features 263 seats in economy and 40 seats in business class. And yes, this A350 does not feature any premium economy seats, as this one is mostly used for short-haul flights within Asia. But now it's finally time to get my boarding pass scanned by the gate agents and head through the jet bridge. Oh my god, I'm finally on my way to today's Airbus A350. As I already said before, this is my very first flight on board Singapore Airlines, so I'm so excited. And I am desperately looking forward to show you guys the cabin interior of today's Singapore Airlines A350. As always, I am one of the last, if not the last passenger to board, so the cabin crew is already removing the newspaper display. As you can perfectly see here, the business class comes in a spacious 121 and the economy class comes in a standard 333 configuration. Alright, I finally settled in at my seat 65K, and so far I'm pretty impressed by the cabin interior. So let's take a first quick look around. As I already expected beforehand, Singapore Airlines provides a decent legroom on board their Airbus A350 fleet. I am just wondering if their long-haul A350s offer even more legroom. But apart from that, there is also a magazine compartment featuring a Christshop magazine, a safety card and an onboard Wi-Fi flyer. Furthermore, the seat is equipped with a foldable table, a cup holder and a rather large IFE screen, which we will be checking out in detail once we are airborne. As you can see, I do have a decent wing view from my seat and we have also just started with the pushback. So let's take a quick look through the rear economy class cabin and wait for the safety demonstration video to be played.
Joining me in the flight deck, we have Senior First Officer Yan Hui, and together as the crew would like to welcome you on board Singapore Airlines Flight SQ191 bound for Singapore. The flight time this afternoon to Singapore is going to take us approximately 2 hours and 55 minutes.
If there is a change in cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will automatically drop in front of you. Pull the mask down sharply. Place it over your mouth and nose. Pull the lateral straps to tighten it and breathe as usual. Secure your mask first before helping others. It is normal for the bag to not fully inflate.
Alright, we finally started taxiing to the runway. I think I can already say that today's crew is absolutely on point, as I also honestly expected when flying Singapore Airlines. However, cabin is also secured, flaps are already set for takeoff, so let's double check that my seatbelt is securely fastened. And yeah, let's just hope that we will have some nice views over the city of Hanoi when taking off. Let's hope for the best. Well, the onboard service started around 45 minutes into the flight. So far the meal looks, well, okay to say so. I honestly expected a little more, but let's take a quick look at it. Singapore Airlines has recently introduced a new service concept for flights no longer than 3 hours. From now on, you will be served a main dish in combination with a dessert instead of a full meal including a starter. I was served a beef ragu with veggies and rice, as well as a sweet matcha cake for dessert. Furthermore, you can choose from a wide variety of hot and cold beverages, including alcoholic drinks like beer or wine. And of course, everything is completely complimentary. So, let's give the beef stew a try first. That's honestly really good. Way better as I expected it to taste. Not bad. Next comes the cake. Well, that certainly doesn't look too bad. That is so delicious. Incredible. Honestly, I wanted to drink Singapore Airlines' signature cocktail, which is the Singapore Sling, but it's not available on today's flight, although it's mentioned in the onboard menu, which is kind of strange. But anyway, this is like the replacement for it, a tiger beer, which is also not too bad, I guess, and which is also well chilled, which is good, of course. So, cheers. Decent. Well, after this decent meal, I would like to show you today's A350 cabin interior and the front seat pockets content in detail. So firstly, here is the safety card of today's Airbus A350-900, which looks a little too worn to me. And here is a flyer informing about the onboard Wi-Fi. I am just kind of worried that Singapore Airlines offers 30 minutes of free Wi-Fi for new Quiz Flyer members, which is their frequent flyer program, which wasn't working on today's flight, unfortunately. What I certainly not expected, however, is that Singapore Airlines offers products from their Christ shop on this rather short flight. By the way, before takeoff, the cabin crew handed out these headphones, which had a pretty bad quality, even by economy class standards. One feature that surprised me, however, is the small mirror, which is built into the foldable table. I have honestly never seen that before. Furthermore, the front seat also features a cup holder, and the flexible grey backrest of my seat is certainly on the comfy side. The universal power outlet underneath my seat worked perfectly throughout the flight, and finally the passenger service unit above me features reading lights, but sadly no fresh air nozzles.
We currently expect to land at about 4:55 PM, and the local time in Singapore is now 4:13 PM. Weather is reported to be cloudy with showers in the vicinity of the airport and a ground temperature of 31 degrees Celsius. This afternoon, on behalf of Captain Yo and the crew, thank you for flying Singapore Airlines and have a pleasant day ahead. Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Well, hello from the rear lavatory of today's Airbus A350-900. As you can see, it's a bit bumpy at this time, but anyway, how is this flight so far? Honestly, I am really satisfied with the flight. Well, the onboard service was decent. It was not as good as I expected it to be, being honest, when it comes to the quantity of the food, but the quality was really good. It was fairly delicious. And also the tiger beer was ice cold, which is also highly appreciated, of course, on board an aircraft, and also not normal. Furthermore, the cabin crew is also doing a fantastic job, so far I can't complain about anything, except the legroom maybe. But let's take a quick look through the lavatory, which is honestly standard and rather small. I would have just liked to see some more amenities next to the soap dispenser, having in mind that Singapore Airlines considers itself as a 5-star premium airline. But let's head back to my seat in order to check out the IFE system, which is definitely more 5-star-like. It features a huge variety of the latest blockbuster movies such as Bullet Train or Jurassic World, and also a wide variety of TV series, including for example Pokemon, Family Guy and Top Gear. Furthermore, an interactive in-flight map is also available, and as you can see here, we are slowly getting closer to our destination, Singapore. But before we are landing, I have one last highlight to share with you, as the cabin crew gifted me not only a Singapore Airlines card game, but also a business class amenity kit. Probably because they saw me filming and concluded that I may be an aviation enthusiast, which they guessed absolutely correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot, Yenti speaking. Due to inclement weather at Changi Airport and congested skies around the airport as well, we are being vectored to facilitate the air traffic control. As such, our arrival time is now estimated to be at 5:10, so that's a delay of from my earlier announcement of about 15 minutes. Thank you for your attention.
Alright guys, we are finally approaching Singapore Changi Airport. I hope you can still understand me, although the background music is pretty loud on today's flight. Me personally, I don't really like this, but well, let me know in the comment section down below if you do so as well. Anyway, flaps are all set. As I already said before, we are now in our short final approach already, so let's just hope that we will have a nice landing. Cabin is secured, of course, and well, let's just hope for the best. But now it's time to say goodbye to not only today's seat 35K, but also today's charming cabin crew and step outside this beautiful Airbus A350. Ladies and gents, welcome to Singapore. Actually, this is the second time that I am about to enter Singapore within, I guess, 8 days or something, 7 or 8 days, which is not too bad, isn't it? But anyway, let's enjoy one last view on today's beautiful Airbus A350 and head through immigration afterwards. What can I say about today's flight? It was brilliant. It was really, really cool. Honestly, I expected a little more when it comes to the onboard service, like the hard product of the onboard service when it comes to the quantity of the meal, but as I already said before, in the Lou sequence, the quality was absolutely on point. So this flight was, yeah, pretty much as I expected it to be. It was pretty much as good as I expected it to be from Singapore Airlines. So thank you guys for coming along to today's video. Do make sure to subscribe and to leave a comment and thumbs up and whatsoever if you enjoyed the video. Wishing you guys all the best. Cheers.